Okay, what's up, guys? What Culture Wrestling has uploaded a video titled 7 Things No WWE Fan Wants. That'll probably happen soon. And I don't know, I can't really think of something like WWE, like. Seven. All right, so it's 7 things no WWE fans want. Yeah, I can't think of something where it's like they don't want it. I mean, for the most part, I feel like that we do want new things. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just see what's in this video because it's like maybe they'll say something. I'm like, oh, okay, so I can kind of get a clue on what they're talking about because at this point I'm clueless before I even watch this video. So yeah, make sure you go subscribe to What Culture Wrestling for more videos like this. And that being said, let's get into this video.
To say that WWE has had an up and down 2019.
And for those that was wondering, I didn't watch this past like AEW event, but I did see like clips of it. Bruh, that looks lit. Like I might AEW, they might get to me like how I did with WWE. Like I remember when they were doing some crazy things, and I was like, "All right, this might be good. This might be good. Let me go ahead and watch this." Yeah, AEW look like it's gonna be lit. So I don't know. I probably might have to get the next pay-per-view or event that they got going on. But yeah, they look like it's gonna be good. So.
Would be
It was like Dean or John Moxley. He falling on thumbtacks and spitting them out. John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, for those that are wondering. Then he getting slammed on tables. Like when when the one wrestler, I can't even think of his name, but I'm pretty sure he is a popular wrestler. But yeah, he jumped off the ladder and onto the table. I was like, what is happening? Like, what is this? Like, WWE never does stuff like this. Like, this is where it's at, alright? Like, yeah, them guys is getting hurt. You don't really want them to. But it's kind of entertaining. I'm sorry.
Has been a wild, wacky roller coaster ride of a year, with the products peaking like a takeover main event and cratering like a big green World of Sport monster almost on a weekly basis. For every crowd-pleasing night like WrestleMania 35, there's been a big bag of balls like Super Showdown. For every awesome Firefly Funhouse skit, a boring 20-minute talking segment.
Sorry.
Are so
I'm getting messages. I'm sorry.
Look like Seth Rollins. And the best thing to do is just sit back, keep it at arm's length, appreciate the good stuff, and try to laugh at the bad stuff. The most difficult thing about all of this is that creatively, nothing is off the table anymore. Vince McMahon is more scatterbrained than ever. He's throwing all kinds of daft ideas out there, the wild card rule, in the hope that one sticks and fixes his ratings crisis, meaning that none of the
okay, so I could kind of, this wild card stuff. Yeah, that's stuff where I'm like, you could just have the wrestler do this like super show thing and just have the wrestlers on different, because that's what it really just seems like. Or they're just having like the big guys or the bigger wrestlers fighting on both, like Kofi Kingston on Raw and SmackDown and stuff. Like this just seems like that's what they're doing. The 24/7 title though, like everybody's like getting mad about that, saying they didn't want it. I honestly, it's kind of entertaining, like seeing that. Like it's just, seeing those wrestlers. Then kind of it's like giving R-Truth, and then it's like giving wrestlers like R-Truth, and then what's the other guy's name? R-Truth pinned him at his wedding. I can't even think of his name. But it just seems like it's giving them more of like more things to do. It's just giving more of these wrestlers to do. Maybe if they did focus on R-Truth, but also focus on other wrestlers. Like once a month they change for somebody. So this month R-Truth, next month another wrestler, next month another, like and it just keeps on going. So
scenarios that I'm about to describe can be ruled out. But what are the moves sure to turn this raging dumpster fire into Vince's inferno if and when they go down? Let's have a gander. I'm Andy for What Culture Wrestling, and here are 7 things no WWE fan wants that will probably happen soon. Number 7, another Legends main event. Get your pre-prepared barbs at the ready, folks, because yes, I am going to talk about Saudi Arabia here, and specifically that Goldberg versus Undertaker match. This bout was quite upsetting for more reasons than one. The first was because it was actually turning into quite the banger before Goldberg bonked his nonce on the ring post, even harking.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that. I don't know. I watch WrestleMania and that's about it. Like I don't really. I've tried to like get with other pay-per-views, but I don't know. Like I just don't watch them. So
That awesome WrestleMania 33 blitz with Brock Lesnar. But afterwards, it was a near disaster, with both guys getting dropped on their heads and a really discomforting botched finish. Of course, the concussion was an accident, but something like this was always going to happen. These guys are north of 50 years old, and yet they're being expected to deliver at levels they just can't hit anymore, and it isn't safe. And guess what? It wasn't restricted to Goldberg versus Taker either. Remember HBK's comeback match? Daft Sod almost killed himself on a moonsault to the outside. On top of all this is going to happen again, because matches like Taker versus Goldberg are necessary on these Saudi shows. WWE just haven't created enough new stars for them not to be. So get ready for Sting versus Undertaker, or, I don't know, Kane versus, Midian? They're kind of running out of old dudes now, aren't they? Number 6, the women's tag team titles dying. While the image of Sasha Banks and Bayley sulking on a locker room floor, as reported after WrestleMania 35, is objectively funny, anyone who criticised the boss for taking a stand against WWE's booking owes her an apology, because the women's tag team titles are on life support. The Iconics barely even make television most weeks.
That's true, but it's gonna end up, because wasn't it the same thing with Michelle McCool and Layla? And it was like the women's tag team titles. They was just all like, after I think they split up, then those titles just vanished pretty much. And yeah, that might be the case with these guys. But yeah, it's like you got like just them just talking and stuff. Like, no, they need to be in some wrestling matches. Like Bayley and Sasha, they were constantly in wrestling matches and stuff. Like, that's a good tag team. Or, I don't know, like, what's another, like, make up some tag teams, like, do something. But anyways, yeah. They, when I heard that they were the, tag team champions, I was just like, what do these, and I think I said this before, but it's like, what do these guys, like, really do? Like, this Billy Kay and whatever the other girl's name is, like, what, like, I'm sorry to put them out there like that, but I just haven't seen that much from them. Like, I don't know the other girl's name, so that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't be out there doing stuff, so.
Alone defend their belts. Yes, they're really entertaining, and yes, their WWE.com skits rule, but what's the point in them having...
Okay, maybe, yeah, good on stuff like that, but... Like, I don't know, wrestling-wise, like, it's kind of like a Eva Marie, whatever that girl's name was. Like, it's one of those matches where I'm like, all right, my head's going to be buried into my phone. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just, you know, how I feel. Like, I'll try to pay attention to them next time and see what they got going on, but... For the most part, yeah, I don't know. I need to see like a best moments of these guys or something.
Championships when they were essentially becoming invisible. It looks very much like WWE don't give a hoot about these straps, and that their creation was no more than a publicity stunt. As sad as it seems, there's now every possibility that WWE will just bin them off entirely. And soon, their strict adherence to their own women's revolution narrative is probably the only thing keeping them around at the moment.
I know, where's Ronda Rousey?
That's a real shame, because these belts could and should have been awesome. Number 5. Ruining Bray Wyatt. Out of all the things on this list, this is the one I want to happen the least, because Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse segments have been absolutely awesome, and on some weeks the only thing keeping Raw from being totally unwatchable. Rumour has it that they come from the mind of the madman himself. As revealed in Wade Keller's recent interview with a WWE Writers Associate, Wyatt has had free reign to bring the Funhouse to life, and everything we've seen, from the Muscle Man dance to rambling rabbits to deaths, have come from Wyatt himself. It shouldn't come as a big surprise then that one of Raw's biggest highlights...
I know when I seen it, I was confused. I was like, okay. Because Bray Wyatt, like this stuff, I remember like those... I wouldn't say like intros, but promo videos and all that stuff, like, they're good. So, like, yeah, have him as a writer, have him as somebody that's behind the scenes. Because, I mean, I feel like that if that's what he's doing, like, he could provide a lot to a lot of wrestlers and stuff.
The one thing that Vince McMahon doesn't have control over. But here's the thing, this can't last forever. Sooner or later, Wyatt is going to have to cede control to the increasingly daft chairman. And that's probably where things go tits up. It's a miserable thought.
Because if he's cleared of his injuries, he should be back in the ring and stuff. So
Fiend to become a wacky banter clown within weeks of his in-ring comeback. Think Doink, but really, really bad. Number 4. More botched NXT call-ups. Saying that WWE are probably going to balls up the majority of their NXT call-ups isn't even a cynical take anymore. Even the most optimistic of WWE fans must look at the most recent batch of main roster arrivals and think, yeah, these guys aren't anywhere near as cool as they were in developmental, as Vince McMahon struggles to get the most out of his son-in-law's old pet projects. Is Aleister Black anywhere near as compelling as the brooding badass he was in NXT as he sits in a darkened SmackDown room begging for a fight? How about Kairi Sane, who was a real standout as a sweetheart babyface champion in NXT?
I see those videos. That guy, he's screaming. I'm like, dang, man. Somebody put him in the ring. Like, dang, give him a challenge, do something.
NXT, but doesn't even board the pirate ship to most main roster TV tapings. Or the Viking Raiders, who still haven't recovered from that Viking experience nonsense. Unfortunately, WWE have done
I know, what happened to those guys? Well, I know, actually, I take that back. I know what happened. I think one of them got injured, and so, yeah, they're
any better. They just aren't getting them right anymore. And while guys like Ricochet have done okay, there's still plenty of room for improvement. What I'm saying is get ready for Johnny Gargano trading rest holds with Faria Daivari on 205 Live. In 2019, the main roster is where your favorite wrestlers come to die. Number 3, Baron Corbin, Universal Champion. If you've consumed any recent piece of video content hosted by Adam Wilborn, Adam Nicholas, or myself, you know that we're a little bit partial to a spot of big banter Baron Corbin around these parts because, well, the guy's just really, really good at being an absolute wanker. There's a perverse sense of enjoyment to be had in watching this guy, who still looks like a bloody waiter trolling the universe. Regardless, this isn't an opinion shared by the wider fanbase. Baron is WWE's foremost recipient of Go Home Heat in 2019. On top of this, he's a certified ratings anti-draw who dragged Raw to hell when it was largely built around him in late 2018, and, aside from a few cool moves, he's a pretty basic wrestler as well. But here's the thing, WWE still haven't fallen out of love with the Big Breakfast, and that's why he's going to become the Universal Champion. Imagine the smug look on this Big Bell-End's big face when he somehow pins a Seth Rollins or some other babyface hero to win the strap. The internet is going to seethe. Admittedly, that would be pretty hilarious, but still. Number 2, SmackDown going 3 hours. We've all heard the reports suggesting that SmackDown won't be going the full 3 when the show moves to Fox in October. But do we really trust them?
Dang, they switching channels again? Man, now I gotta go. I'm like, I gotta like get that mindset and things. Like, they were on Fox at one point. Like, man, you guys find yourself a reliable network and stay there. Like, that's it. Like, I remember they were on, I think, yeah, they were at Fox at one point. I think there was another channel. Then they were on USA. And then on Sci-Fi. And it's, man, like, that throughout the time I've been watching SmackDown, like, they switched channel one too many times.
With boosting their balance sheet above all else. And the key reason that Raw will always run for 3 hours is because it nets WWE so much ad revenue. So it seems almost unthinkable that they haven't at least considered the option of doing the same for SmackDown. This would anger many a fan. Even when it's good, Raw can be an absolute chore to get through at 3 hours. And this is reflected in the viewership dropping off as the show progresses. SmackDown, meanwhile, is light, breezy, and relatively lean. It's a welcome break from the Red brand's bloat, and this would be lost if WWE decided to stick an extra hour onto the end. They definitely need to do something if they're going to boost SmackDown's ratings ahead of the Fox move. But, as a wise man once said, this ain't it, Chief. Maybe they should, I don't know, tell some compelling storylines or actually try building some new stars. That might work better instead. And number 1, Shane McMahon, WWE Champion. As with all other wrestling rumors, the one surrounding Shane McMahon becoming WWE Champion.
Yeah, the way that they got him.
A pinch of salt, but a huge ladle of the stuff.
The way they got him in wrestling right now, it just seems like he's this man with power and can do anything that he wants. So, if it happens, I just feel like, yeah, fans are gonna boo, but then it's just gonna be like, nah, all right, man. Like, so who's gonna be? I think if they do something like this, then they gotta have like somebody else like take over the scene that's worthy of the title and stuff. Because look at Kofi Kingston. Like, I feel like, yeah, Kofi being champion, that's cool. But it's like if he loses that champion to Shane, like that, no. Like if they do fight each other, then that would be good. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't want that, guys.
In line with what the company have been doing with the best in the world in 2019. Shane himself is much more compelling as a heel. Personally, I quite enjoy his shenanigans, and his turn and storyline with The Miz really worked. Since then,
Yeah,
however, Shane has been used only as a weapons-grade troll.
He looked like Baron
He
Corbin
occupies
a little
huge
bit.
portions of airtime every single week, has reduced cult favourites like Drew McIntyre and The Revival to goober henchmen, and at Super Showdown, he even dominated Roman bloody Reigns of all people, with McMahon controlling at least 75% of the bout. It therefore stands to reason that Vince McMahon would at least consider installing his son as WWE champion. Vince himself would likely see the heat that would pour down after his victory over Kofi Kingston as the good kind, not the Baron Corbin kind, though there's no doubt that it would inspire one of the worst backlashes in recent WWE history if and when it happens. WhatCulture.com's own Michael Hamflet has concocted a scenario in which Shane beats Kofi, wins the belt, lifts it high, and is immediately cashed in on by Brock Lesnar.
Oh, no.
A hilariously misguided attempt at turning the Beast babyface, but hilarious nonetheless. So that's our list, but can you think of any other nightmare WWE scenarios that few people want but could come true in the very near future? Let us know down in the comments section below. Once you've done that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. And after that, you can then follow us at WhatCultureWWE on Twitter and me at Andy H. Murray if you like Greg's Steak Bakes and hot wrestling takes. Goodbye.
Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from What.
I mean, it's good. It's a good idea from what they think. If that does happen, then I'm like, then that does seem like that would be, I don't know, like, it's not a good idea, but it seemed like that's something that would happen, and I would not want that to happen. Like, I'm sorry, but no, that's Brock Lesnar has been champion like one too many times, far too long. We need somebody else as champion. It needs to be done. All right. So, anyways, yeah, that's like that. Some of the things I could agree with that he talked about. But yeah, hopefully WWE, like, you know, with the help of Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff, because they said that now that they got those guys like behind the scenes, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, then this could be that possible like pulse that keeps WWE going on and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you go subscribe to What Culture Wrestling for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.